to 6.
Yeah, I'm working
Okay, so you
6
work
to 6.
you work 12 hours
Yep.
a day.
So for everybody
Yeah.
tuning in, meow. This is my mama. I love you so much, mama. Hi.
I love you too.
And we're about to start another full self-driving video. Figured instead of me talking to myself, I could talk to my mama. And some of you guys might want to know about what's going on. Like with the house sale and stuff. So that's what your question was, right, Mom?
Yes.
Okay. Just about all set up here. Want to make sure the navigation is set to home. And we're going to put it in drive. And from this parking lot, engage. Let's see if the car can get out all on its own. But hopefully we'll be closing on the house this week. There was a situation, I don't know if Joe told you anything about it. What do you know?
Well, I didn't know. I just didn't know because he hasn't told me.
Okay. It was kind of recent. Like, for a while now, they've been trying to get the final loan payoffs for everything to make sure that all the due diligence is done or whatever. And the solar panel company, one that gave me the loan, Universal Credit Union, they would not disclose any information to anybody, like how much money I owe or anything. I'm like, why is this confidential material? I mean, I signed this piece of paper saying, please tell them the loan payoff, and they're like, nope, that's not good enough. It has to be Jared. So yeah, I had to call him up myself, 3 to 4 different people, to finally get a payoff amount. And I'm like, why is this even an issue? Like, why can't I just say $40,000 would be to pay him off, and that's more than enough? They'll just give me the money back, give me whatever I overpaid back. They know where I live. They'll figure it out. Why does it have to be the exact amount, Ma?
Yeah.
But eventually I was able to get that amount, and it was all like encrypted and everything, and I got it to Joe, and hopefully everything should be G to G, meow, and they'll be able to pay off the exact amount to the penny or whatever, the interest in the 3 p.m. on Friday, or whatever it's gonna be. I don't know. But
nice.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we'll close sometime next week, and I'm hoping that I'll be picking up my Cybertruck in less than a month. So, yeah, it finally came.
Nice. Yeah. And how long was it that you, when you ordered it?
I ordered it
years ago, wasn't it?
On 11/23/2019.
Wow.
Yeah. So this November,
5 years.
It'll be 5 years.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
I've been seeing a few of them around town.
We are
just a couple.
We are making them we're making a lot of them now. We are, I'm pretty sure, currently the #1 best-selling electric vehicle in the world, or the #1 best-selling electric truck, specifically for the Cybertruck. And we just started putting it out this year. Rivian, who all they do is make trucks, pretty much, they've been going for about 12 years, maybe longer, and they are not nearly producing as many trucks as we are. I mean, we're just killing it.
That is great, Jared.
Yeah. What's going on with you? Like, you haven't had any more falls or anything, right?
Uh, well, the last fall I had was uh, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Carol, Carol Chapman.
Yeah.
We went to lunch, and when we came back, of course, I had to unlock the door. And so, do you remember the back door and a stoop, I guess they would call it, just one step?
Yeah.
Well, we both were up there, and I don't know why she got up there. But anyways, I was trying to unlock the door, and I missed the step, and so I fell, and she fell. I fell on my head again.
Dang.
And yeah, it really hurt my shoulder. But I got up, and I thought I would be concussed, but I guess I was all right. So that was the last time that I fell. Yeah. I haven't fallen since then, but I've been using my, it's called a rollator. It's a walker and a, kind of like a wheelchair. It's got rollers on it. Yeah. A couple rollers. And so that makes it better for me to get around, and I have to use it, all the time. Mm-hmm. I don't have to be glued to it, but it's just more helpful than my not using it.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I can't say it's going really well, but it's pretty good considering how many times I've fallen.
Mm-hmm. Was Carol injured at all in the fall?
No, she wasn't. But she broke one of my prettiest plants when she landed on it. Yeah, she has a problem with falling too, but it's not as bad as my problem.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny that, well, not funny, but coincidental, I guess you'd say, that she has the same symptoms that I got. And I didn't know it because she doesn't tell everything,
Right.
But anyways, she's got falling. She's got heart trouble, and let's see, whatever. Anyway, she's got the same things. She's on medication, and I never knew that she was on medication,
Yeah.
But she's the type of person that she really is very optimistic, about life and anything else. Mm-hmm. She just doesn't. She just feels like it doesn't do any good to really tell somebody, but. She's just different than me, and I don't want to tell everybody everything either.
Right.
Because after a while they'll say, geez, Debbie Downer.
Focus on the good.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, she's encouraged me a lot. And, of course, I've known her for, 50 or 60 years.
Right.
Yeah, 60 years I've known her. Best buddies.
How does she feel about the election?
Well, I tell you, she sure doesn't want Trump. She's a Democrat.
Okay.
And hang on just a second.
Sure.
trying to get your video.
The latest one or what?
The one right now.
Oh,
What's your...
I don't have the Wi-Fi or the satellite thing in the car for me, so I can't broadcast it. Yeah, I'll have to upload it when I get home, and it will definitely take some time.
Good. Okay, yeah. So you can edit it.
Yeah. I don't really do a whole lot of editing.
Yeah. Well, I miss you.
Miss you too.
I miss you guys. Yeah. So you're coming back in November.
Yeah.
Or how long will you be here?
If I do my 5 days, I can sometimes get like 13 days off at work. If I play my cards right.
Yeah.
And I know Thanksgiving holiday, we may have extra time allowed to take off. So I'm trying to look into that.
So you'd be, yeah.
Nothing's finalized yet, but we're just checking it out.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can have an early Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Get together. Heather. Yeah, I would like that.
So Carol doesn't like Trump.
No, I think she's getting better about it because she sees her brother, Rich.
Yeah.
They see each other a lot. There was a time really when they didn't see each other hardly at all, but now, they are beginning to get together and see each other more. And he's a Trumper.
Yeah.
He really likes Trump. And so she's getting it from him and from me. I don't want to bug her too much about it because, that might completely turn her off.
Yeah.
But
I mean, well,
she's
60
beginning
years.
to...
60 years of friendship, you guys aren't going to lose it over a presidency, are you?
Well, I tell you, there have been worse things. No, we wouldn't do that. We just don't talk about it much. But I'm sure she's getting it from her brother.
Probably.
And I think she's beginning to open. But we'll see. I mean, who wouldn't want to vote for him? His policies are great. He's optimistic too, but he's very convicted. And so
now who's this telling her, her brother? Or what about her she's got one son, right? Or she got multiple kids?
She's got 2 boys.
Okay.
I think you met Mark. He has the electric car.
Yeah.
Or the EV. And then Billy is her oldest son. They're both Lori and Johnny's age. And I'm not sure what their view is, but I would say that Billy, the oldest one, is for Trump. I would say that he is. I don't know it for sure. And then Mark, I think he would lean more towards the Democrats.
Okay.
I don't know though. Yeah.
So I voted for Obama twice.
I did too.
Yeah.
And well,
fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Obama bombed more countries than any other president in the history of all presidents. Yes. He committed
He
more
bombed?
bombing threats. Yeah, like attacks on more different countries than any other president ever.
Wow. I
So,
didn't know that.
yeah, I mean, the change that I wanted to believe in, I did not get from Obama. Instead, I got to find out that the two-party system is really all about the war machine. And Trump is the only one that kind of wants to stop the war machine, in my opinion.
Yes, that's right. That's right, he does. He wants peace, and yeah, he wants peace.
And the whole reason why Russia got into this conflict was because of Biden and their administration messing around. Like, he closes down our oil pipeline and opens up Russia's oil pipeline. What the hell?
Yeah.
We start trying to talk Ukraine into joining NATO, and that was like a long-standing peace agreement that, you know, Russia doesn't want more NATO people right on their back door. Just like we didn't want Russian stuff in Cuba, you know. We don't want a missile silo in Cuba from Russia. Why would anybody want an American missile silo right next door in Ukraine or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah. Did you said Obama?
Yeah.
And so you're talking about Ukraine.
Yeah. So after Obama, I went libertarian pretty hard for Ron Paul, trying to stop the war machine. And I was a never Trumper for real. Like, I thought a lot of his stuff was funny. I see the humor in his conversations. And he makes a lot of jokes. He's a funny guy.
Obama?
No, Trump.
Trump, yeah. Any day. I like the way he starts dancing on stage.
Yeah.
That's cute. He's really cute. And he knows how to charm people too, you know, especially the women.
With the whole like Iranian thing, that country was broke, and literally we put billions of dollars in cash on a plane and sent it into Iran.
Yes, I remember that, but that was awful.
Why do you think we gave them so much money? Jeez, what did they do with the money? They bought weapons from us. What a great idea. Now they have weapons.
Yeah.
Duh.
Probably nuclear weapons.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I see it only escalating more with Harris, and I think we can only expect more from the standard two-party system. And Trump is not a Republican. He's not a politician. He's a business person. He's got a record. He can get things done. Sure, it's not going to be, you know, the official way, but who cares? We got it done.
Yeah, that's right.
Sometimes
but he is a Republican.
He's running as a Republican. I mean, he's voted probably both ways, and I know for a fact he's donated millions of dollars to both candidates in the past. So like, he's supported both of them because that's how you get what you want. You pay for it.
Yeah.
And Trump is exposing it. So it's like, I just love everything about it now, especially with RFK Jr. on the ticket and him and Elon getting along so well.
Yes. And the beat.
So he's gonna. One of the reasons why I think Trump is the way is we suggested that he's gonna put Elon in charge of a Department of Government Efficiency. Have you heard about that?
No.
So Elon has a history of making some tough cuts. And man, he got rid of like 80% of the workforce at Twitter. And it's a much better company now because of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
You gotta drain the swamp, you gotta prune the plant, you know?
That's right.
We don't need more government for government's sake. We need less government, like shitloads of it now.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So, I mean, as long as nobody assassinates Trump or Elon.
I know.
Jeez.
That's a possibility.
I'm seeing like the party hates the Democrats. I mean, they're the ones trying to kill our people.
That's right. That's right. They are.
What were you going to say? I felt like I stepped on something that you're going to say.
Well, let's see. Okay. We were talking about Obama. You can't edit this part, can't you?
Oh, yeah. We'll edit this all out.
And sometimes I lose my concentration. I can't focus.
It happens to the best of us.
I lose my... Yeah, that's probably true. But give me a minute.
What's one thing that you look forward to with the Trump administration in 4 years, or for 4 years? What do you want to see happen, or why are you voting for him?
Well, because he really knows what he's talking about, and he's quite an investigator in his team. They find out things that nobody else could find out. And he's got guts, and he's got enough people around him to know that well, that one's gone. But anyways,
yeah, he's got a great team. He's got a great team of people with him. Yeah, I mean, that's what you need. It's not just one person.
Yeah, that's right.
And the reason why I don't want to vote for Kamala is because we don't know who her team is. We don't know who's running the country and who's been running the country for the last 4 years. It's some shadowy organization, probably the people who are in control of P. Diddy, the latest Epstein scandal or whatever. All that stuff is probably, it's got to be ran by somebody. And somebody's calling the shots to say, hey, Epstein, he's going to accidentally kill himself in a suicide prevention cell while no one's there and all the cameras just happen to not work. Huh.
Yeah, somebody got to him.
So,
all it is money.
If Sean Puff Daddy Combs doesn't find a way to kill himself, I'll be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, there was talk of a third escalation.
I might lose you here, Mom, soon because I'm going through the desert. Can you still hear me? Uh-oh. I'm about 55 miles from Lovelock. But I should be getting closer to Fernley. Hopefully we'll get the phone back. Either that or Mama hung up on me. So for everybody paying attention, I had a warning pop up that said, take over immediately. Like, it's your turn to drive. And I believe what happened was because I was driving directly into the sunlight it got directly into the camera enough that the cameras just had to bail on it. I was trying to not see the sun also. So the car uses vision to see, just like humans do. If you can't see, the car probably can't see. So after that intervention, and also we were just clearly driving in the left lane, like everybody else does, but I changed it back to the minimal lane changes for current drive. And since that one intervention where it was driving into the sun and the car is just like, take over now, it's your turn. That was one. We know that driving into the sun is an issue. Also, if you can see a mirage, the car can see a mirage. Let's see if we can call Mama back.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up.
Sounds like her phone might have died. Maybe she'll call back.
Sorry, but the person you called.
Ooh. Gonna call me out. Trying to get somebody else out here. Sunday morning, 7:34. Pacific time. Gotta be more Pacific. Hello! Aw, man. It was working for a second. Totally had it.
sorry, but the person you called has...
Well, boo. Let me know in the comments below why you're voting for who you're voting for. And why you're not voting for why you're not voting for. If you're voting out of hate, it's probably not a great idea. Your vision is blurred. I dare you to come up with 10 reasons why you like your candidate. And if you can't come up with 10 reasons why you like your candidate, maybe you just shouldn't vote. Because now you are the threat to our democracy. Two crows. Wow, they didn't even fly away. They just walked away. Like, you know, it's just one guy. That'll be fine. Yo, yo, yo! Hi, sister! You're in your car? Nice! I'm just driving home from work. I'm making another.
I bet it's.
I'm making another video. I just was talking to Mom, but I lost her.
Oh, you were?
I think her phone might have died or something. I don't know. I thought maybe I was too far out in the boonies and I lost the connection, but my connections are still pretty good.
Her phone must have died. I think Johnny spent the night with her last night.
Okay.
I think he went over there. He hadn't been there in a while and wanted to come see her, so hopefully everything went well.
She seemed fine.
Yeah.
Everything was going. We were talking about Trump. I guess her friend for 60 years, Carol, is a staunch Democrat.
She is.
How is? Wow.
I have no idea how somebody could, I mean, I know a lot of people back in the day, like in the 60s, maybe 70s, were Democrat, but the Democratic Party has changed. The world is just different. They want all that rainbow shit and all kinds of stuff. I just, you do what you want as a person. We all have choices, but I'm not going to co-sign any of the crap they believe in.
Right. I mean,
yeah.
It kind of sounds like
they don't have any good policies or anything of what to do. They have no clue.
Or they're literally doing this on purpose to cause the problems. Like, and I don't see why they're doing it this way, but either they don't know what they're doing or they do know what they're doing and it's just a horrible thing.
It is. Either way, it's bad. Yeah. It really is, and she talks about wanting to do this or that. She has no plan. And anything that she's suggested, why didn't they take care of the border the past 4 years? Why didn't they? They had the power to do that. The president has the power, but they didn't. They were just, I don't know, they're fucking crazy. Sorry. Forgive me. But they are. They're just, I can't wait to watch the Tuesday night vice president debate. That's going to be really good. I really like that J.D. Vance. Mm-hmm. He's young. He's fresh. He overcame a lot of obstacles in his life. His mom's a recovering drug addict. He was raised with his grandma, who was Christian, but she could get a little pissed off sometimes and use foul language, he said.
Yeah.
But she didn't mess around. So I don't know. I can't wait to hear their debate. I think that's going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Will you be able to watch it or will you be working?
Tuesday I should be able to check that out.
Cool. What shift do you work anyways?
It's called the D crew. I'm pretty much weekend crew.
You're the weekend crew?
Pretty much. I always work Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But
that's not bad.
But I'm weekend crew nights, so I just got out Sunday morning. I went in Saturday evening.
Gotcha. And then do you stay, how far away are you from that place?
I'm about 164 miles away. And
do you stay in town?
Yeah, typically I'll stay either in Reno or Sparks. I got my places I like to hang out at.
Good. That's cool.
Plus, now that I actually have a house or a place to keep my stuff, I don't have as much crap in the car.
You have a trailer, right?
Yeah, we got the 35-foot travel trailer. We got the 40 cubic foot cargo container.
Well, I get a little concerned about you sometimes. I mean, I know that you are very smart. That when I see stuff about Amy's broken down, it seems like she's had a couple times incidents with rental vehicles, and I think, damn, to save money, why don't they just buy like a $3,000 beater or something to drive around? Because you're saving to build a house, right? I mean, I would be buckling down big time.
We're trying
to get what I frickin' wanted.
But
you know, what I wanted out of the house.
yeah. But
Because that's what you want. I would be fucking cutting corners. I wouldn't be going out to eat. I'd be saving my money so that way I could have the house of my dreams out there and look
Yeah.
at the mountains.
Yeah.
That's just the way I feel. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel. I just want you to have everything that you want. I don't want you to lose everything that you worked your ass off for.
Yeah. It's a struggle. The struggle. It is not easy out here for real, and we keep having oppositions left and right. Trying to roll with the punches.
Well, I've been praying for you.
Thanks. Yeah, it's.
I mean, I want things to work out.
It's really. Yeah. I think the prayers are helping.
Well, I'm glad because I'm praying. You had a very nice home here and a very good life, and I want you to have the same opportunities and same good life out there. And I think that, you know, I really like Amy, but I just feel like sometimes when I read her posts, I just think, man, are they buckling down? You know, I remember what it was like. I remember going without shit when we were building our house just so we could have a house.
Yeah.
And we moved in it when it wasn't even finished, and we took our time. But
that's pretty much what we're going to be doing.
I don't know if you can hear me. There you are.
Came back. We might lose you. No range. So what I was gonna say was the plan had always been to get the truck. And to get the truck, I was gonna have to sell the car, the blue car. Maybe even the blue car and the Model S. Also, I was rolling high on the stupid hype for hybrid vehicles. Like, why did somebody still want to give me $11,000 for that 2019 Ford Fusion Hybrid Energy with 115,000 miles on it? I would have traded it for this car in a heartbeat. I think I would have traded it for that 2014, 12, whatever car that guy was looking at. Birkenstein. Burger King. That about the blue car, selling it. We're trying to sell everything back there at the Michigan house. Everything must go. Let the lawnmower go for barely $1,000, I think. Oh my God, that person got a great deal. Plus that thing with the airlines, that virus or update that bricked all the computers, shut down the airlines, and I wasn't able to fly home, so I had to drive home. So I wasn't, the plan was to fly home and drive the blue car back. That would have been ideal. We would not have spent $5,000 on a car, but we also would not have got $11,000 from selling the blue car. So in a way, the only reason why we were able to rent a car was because we sold the car. Well, we wouldn't have had to rent a car if we wouldn't have sold the car. So we wouldn't have had to incur those $5,000 of cost. And we would have had a car that you could sell for probably $11,000 afterwards. So, ideally, if you can turn time back, shout out to my good friend Efrain Garcia. If you could turn time back. He always had the best play on words. Sorry for getting so sidetracked. Obviously, we didn't know that the house wasn't going to sell immediately. Obviously, we didn't know we were going to have so many problems with people getting financed or inflation. Thanks a lot, Joe Biden. But Amy definitely needed a car. I thought about just buying her the Malibu bag from Birkenstein. If he would, I'm sure he would have drove the car out here for $5,000. Just gave it to us. He go. Or work. We have been getting some fortune. Prayers are helpful. Thank you, everybody, for the prayers. For your thoughts and prayers. So like that situation where the van is just trailing right behind that truck. Why? You know, if that truck slams on its brakes, that van is right in the back of that truck. If anything in that trunk, or the truck, the back of the truck falls out, it's immediately in that van's face. There's no swerving. Why would you choose to drive that close on the highway? You have this entire other lane you could pass around or be in. Like, they don't have full self-driving on their cars. Why are they in the left lane? The car sees it, and the car is asking me. He's like, hey man, yeah, they're doing exactly what you were telling me not to do. And like, a million other people do all the time. It's called the already always passing lane. Maybe that should be an option that we could put in there, like, always drive in the passing lane. Yes or no? Try to avoid staying in the passing lane. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you think about that. I know I didn't put my moisturizing cream on my feet, and I think I'm paying the price for it now. My feet are mad at me. Maybe I'll just go straight to the hot springs. Hot springs is perfect right now. For those of you just tuning in, we had a conversation with my mom, had a conversation with my sister, and I was trying to get some other people in here. Nobody else seems to be for talking yet. On the other hand, we definitely needed that money. Like, the other $6,000 has been spent. That's how we got the batteries. That's how that's how we bought gas to run the electricity. We try to survive out there in the desert. That's how we're trying to stay cool and not die of thirst. Have some basic necessities while we're trying to figure out what we got to do. I feel like I repeat myself way too much, and I know that that's been something that the other YouTubers kind of struggle with too. So hopefully, for all my regulars, it's not like boring. And anybody who's showing up now and just wants to hang out, I guess you can hear me talk again. With the property, the next thing to do is to build a pump house. I need to build a structure around the pump, and I need to put a pump in that well, and I need to get some water out of that well. I need to have the well tested, and after the well has been verified to be good, then I can order a septic install or drain field, however it's got to be, I don't know, and get that installed. And once the county or whatever signs off on that project, at that point I can get an address on my property. An address, yes. Currently I have no address. It's weird. I have land, I have geographic coordinates, but I don't have an address. I have a P.O. box. If anybody wants to send me stuff, P.O. Box 228, Winnemucca, Nevada. Amy wants to look into getting the pole barn going, so we can start our barn dominium project. Still gotta get more solar panels. Figure out if I want to put them on the solar. Probably just put them on the roof. not sure what the car thought there, but it thought, you know what I should do? I should slow down. And you know what else? You know, I'll just get over in the left lane. I wonder if the car was worried that it got passed by 2 motorcycles on the left, so it was like thinking everybody passes on the right? That's what we're supposed to do. So maybe the car's like, I can't win. Poor old Leia. It's on the right. You want to try to follow that person lane? The car's like, what's the problem? There's a whole lane right there. If they want to go around, go around. I mixed my vitamin water with the lemonade slushie. Unfortunately, this Yeti was either a fake Yeti or their manufacturing sucks. This does not keep ice at all. I think it's almost as bad as a paper cup. Haha. Babe, I think I passed Lovelock already. I'm seeing signs for Rye Patch. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're right at Lovelock right now, babe.
Did I miss it?
Yeah, it looks like you just passed.
Just Flappa Louie?
So, you've got another Lovelock exit coming up, so you'll be alright. Just get off at the next exit.
I must have been too enamored with my conversations. Huh. Let's see. Let's end this trip and negotiate to, what's it called? Nabuki?
Nabucco.
It's only 3 miles away. Am I 3 miles
Yay.
past or 3 miles before? Oh, man. Yep, I'm 3 miles past. I missed it by 3 miles, babe. You would have just woke up a little bit sooner.
Babe, you have another exit that you can get off at.
For real?
Yes.
I'll be there in 12 minutes, babe. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It just would
Thank you.
have been 12 minutes faster the other way. So,
Do you want me to send that money? Do you want me to send that money back to you?
does it come back to my account immediately, or?
I'm not really sure. I think so.
I don't even know where the money came from. Does it come from my checking account? Does it
No.
come from a credit card?
Comes from your checking.
And would it go back on a Sunday?
Yeah. Bobby Bozo.
Bubby
Me and my daddy. Look,
So I'm making a full self-driving video for the return trip home.
yeah.
And you're on it right now. So is there anything that you would like to tell the people? Like, give your top 5 reasons why you're considering voting for Harris.
I don't want to talk about this bullshit. Can you please stop?
Come on, babe. My mom's friend of 60
No.
years is a staunch Democrat, and they are able to still be friends. even though my mom really
Right,
wants Trump.
I didn't say that we couldn't be friends. I just said I don't want to talk about it, Bozo.
Well, why don't you want to talk about it?
Because politicians just lie all the time, and I'm sick and tired of hearing about it.
I thought you would never say that.
Did you know that Camilla is on Facebook and she's like trying to like gain support, and I'm like, she's trying to gain support by telling people that this like
Can I just
this like that 2025 program or whatever, what is it called?
It's already been debunked. It's
Project.
not Trump's
That's
plan.
my whole point. That is my whole point. She's still trying to convince people. It's all over social media that Project 2025 has been endorsed by Trump, but it's not. That's why I'm just like sick and tired of listening to fucking lies.
You know, I guarantee you it's not Kamala that's doing shit on Facebook or X. She's got a team of people, puppeteer masters.
Oh, I know that.
That are working feverishly. Whereas you can
I
tell
know.
Trump's tweets are Trump's tweets. Like he no denying it.
Yeah, I do not like political conversations. I don't like fucking election year because it sucks, man. All they do is fucking lie about each other.
So let me just tell you why I like Trump. Because he's not a politician. And I hate all the politicians too. He's a businessman. And he can get things done. And he doesn't get things done the way everybody else does. But he's a good businessman because he's still got businesses and he's doing well. Number two, he's got Elon on his side. He's got RFK Jr.
I don't want to talk about
on
this
his side.
anymore. Can we talk about something else?
Yeah, whatever you want to talk about.
How was work last night?
It was awesome. At first, I was on a machine that was going really nice and slow, and I was thinking, man, I wouldn't mind being on this like all 12 hours. And about 30 seconds after I had that thought, they came and said, hey, you got to go over here now, do this hard job that sucks. Oh, thanks, bro. So,
Hey.
it wasn't too bad though. It was still kind of a nice, slow Friday, chill day, and our line has the lowest, what's the word? Priority right now. The other lines are more important, and we were able to lose a lot of people to go help out other lines and run our line on a skeleton crew for training purposes for all the new people. And
Yeah.
and the people that have been there a long time to learn new aspects of the line. So I was learning a new aspect of the line and working with the new guys, training them. It's all coming together, yo. Not too bad.
So are you getting trained?
Yep, I was getting trained on Locker 1.
So you're getting training pay to train people now?
Well, we are getting a really nice raise here pretty soon. Elon said word on the street that to help his workers with this inflation, he's trying to give us raises above the inflation rate.
Excellent.
So that's a nice. What else you want to talk about? What's the percentage of the generator at?
With that,
Did you put gas in the generator?
last night, yeah.
How many gallons of gas were you able to get into the gas can from the
6.
6 gallons?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Holy bozo, mom's gotta get up. She gotta go potty.
Best wifey in the universe.
Yay! I had somebody tell me they liked my shirt yesterday.
Dang, what'd you say?
That's the things. Bozo.
Huh?
Not you.
I took the exit for downtown too soon, Junior. What the hell?
You better be careful, babes.
I should have just let full self-drive and keep going, but I was afraid I might miss it again. At least I got a really
I'll
good
be on the
signal.
video while I go potty.
All right, babe.
I don't want to go potty on video, so I guess I need to go.
It was nice talking to you, babe.
Nice talking to you too. I love you. Bye.
Bye. Funny story, guys. My first time coming to the Winnemucca dispensary, me and Amy, my wife Amy, were on our vacation. We drove out to Tahoe, and on the way out, we passed through Lovelock area and saw the signs for the dispensary. So she wanted to go check it out. This was a couple weeks before the travel ban went into place. The first travel ban or whatever during the COVIDs. So COVID was kind of coming out, and as we were getting closer to the dispensary, the road had a police barricade set up, a police checkpoint. So it's like you turn on this road and there's a sign that says police checkpoint ahead. And like, this is the way to the dispensary. You have to go through the checkpoint. And I'm like, I don't want to go through a checkpoint with a whole car full of vacation stuff. It's going to be searched if they know we're going to look for marijuana. And I was telling Amy, I'm like, I guess we're not going there. And she's like, just pull up to him and ask him. I'm like, no, it sounds like the absolute wrong thing to do. You don't go to the cops and ask them where the drugs are at. But anyways, we pulled up to the cops and rolled the windows down, and I was just like dumbfounded, like I didn't know what to say. What question do I ask? And Amy speaks up, hey, where's the dispensary at? And he's like, just right down the road, take a left. Bye. Like, wow. Crazy. Go Mustangs. Online ordering. Please hold. I'll be right back. Wow, you guys. You're not going to believe this. I just got 2.5 ounces for $80. Let me know in the comments below. What's the price of marijuana in your local area? Totally worth turning around because I'm pretty sure I got like a quarter for $80 the last time I bought weed. So I activated autopilot without having a destination, and the car was like, okay, let's go. But driving slow. I put the destination in there. We should be at Winnemucca in about an hour. So 71 more miles. The car doesn't quite see these little baby speed bumps. It does see the 25-mile-an-hour sign. And I think I might have detected that it hit the speed bumps. Because it slowed down. Now it's even more concerned. Am I missing something? This is the lovely town of Lovelock. Looks like they have one gas station, one authentic Mexican food restaurant, I'm not sure if it thought this was a stop sign or if it's stopping for the railroad tracks. Or maybe it thought that might have been a speed bump. A big speed bump for railroad track. Is this a stop sign? I don't think this is a stop sign either. So the car stopped for invisible stop signs. the vibration is, I figured out that if you go less than 70, it's not that bad. So, there's that. Okay. I gotta tell me twice. Put the phone down. Correctional center. We can slow down at 63. Now we are accelerating back up to 70. What if the car was concerned that we were getting close to that semi? Changing lanes into the faster lane. I forgot to hit it again. Because when I stopped at Ibuki, you have to select that every single time. Minimal lane changes for current drive. I would have liked to stay behind them. Wonder about this. Yeah, let's just do that. This way, hopefully, we'll avoid any random stops because it perceives a threat. Oh, snap. When I get nervous, I like to rip my hairs out of my beard. What is a dog?
Not too much. How's life?
Pretty good. I just got 2.5 ounces for $80.
Nice.
Does that mean anything to you?
It seems cheaper than it was when I was a kid. I don't know about current pricing. Shit, there's a weed shop every 2 miles, but I ain't been.
Not out here in the desert. Well, I mean, when you get to Reno, they are, yeah, and probably. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, oh man, am I losing you already? Boo. It's doing that.
Yellow?
Yellow. Did it
There you go.
switch new signal?
Not sure why that switched over. Well, whatever. We'll see what happens.
So, you voting for Kamala?
Can I just abstain?
Can I abstain? Yes. Yes, that's totally a thing. I'm filming a full self video right now.
I hate to say it like that, but like, you know, like, ugh.
What I like when I hear people who are strongly have feelings either way is to ask.
I mean, cut that out of the YouTube video, you know. It's made political.
Nah, we can just leave it in there. Yeah, he's apolitical.
No.
He's undecided yet, folks. Yeah, one more person out there. If only you had one more robo phone call or one more post on Facebook, you could sway this guy.
Didn't vote for him last time either.
I was a never Trumper. I voted for Obama twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Obama, more like old Obama.
I am, as I've said before, I have a disbelief that these are our options.
Right.
And I realize you're picking their cabinet and everything is awesome. They just to figure it out, blah blah blah. Come on.
Yeah. It's definitely a team effort, and I absolutely love the team that Trump has put together. He's got literally the dream team to try and save the planet.
Maybe.
Well, to save humanity at least, like to think of the worst case scenario, you know, there is this Earth-killing meteorite coming, and in 2 years we could be on Mars, or not, depending on which president we get in office.
Soon it'll be all clean.
Yeah. Everything would be good again. Let's do a fresh start all over again.
Apparently it's not the first time.
Yeah. History repeats itself.
Scary.
Yeah.
Oh, you think there'd be more old shipwrecks? But, yeah.
You would think that.
Yeah, so Chint's not that far away, is it either? What is it, like 35 days or something?
Man.
40?
Yeah.
No, man. Fortunately, it seems like the robocallers have stopped.
Yeah.
Although that could just be the wall. So you see, it's like, oh, I can call from Texas, call from California, call from my local area code that I don't recognize. Yeah, right.
So have you been playing around with that Starlink for the company, the commercial version or whatever?
I need to send them an email going, hey, are you guys doing anything with it, or just looking at the box? You know, maintenance is the one that got to put it on the building. You got to contract someone to do it. You know, it's either that or I got to take a 3-day trip and run a freaking lift myself and screw it to the side of the building, and that's I'm being told. That's the way things should happen in a big company.
What's that?
That's not the way things should happen in a big company.
Right.
It seems like the only way to get things done in a timely manner.
See?
So, unfortunately, not yet. I should probably log into. I would like to think they would have sent me an email about it. You know, if they completed it. I don't think I have. I might have two-factor. If I don't have two-factor on this, I'll check here real quick. If I have two-factor, then, well, fuck, it ain't worth it. But log in. Look, there's a caption. No, there we go. Yeah, there's two-factor. Ain't worth it. Excuse me. Probably not up. It's too bad.
So my windmill, what do you think? Should I just go to the local lumber yard and see if I can get like a fucking half a telephone pole or something? Or should I go metal pole? Concrete.
So, I don't know if you've worked with, probably haven't worked with many beam bending calculators.
No, I don't have
Like-
any of that shit.
Well, I mean, we all do. It's on the internet. But
Ha! Just X
I
rock.
did that for the, the shelves in the barn, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that's pretty cool about wood, if you're gonna fix it, by means of like putting it in the ground,
Right.
because it's hard to cantilever a piece of wood. Unlike a piece of steel, you can weld it, right? A piece of wood cantilever, it's kind of a pain.
Yeah.
But wood is pretty comparable to steel of the same size. There's a reason we still make houses and large, like 3-story hotels out of wood.
Okay.
But like what I'm saying is, like, you can ask ChatGPT these questions roughly, and it will build your crazy things. And if it tells you it's not the code and it's not structurally safe, just mention that it's for academic purposes.
Nice.
And then some of the guardrails come off, and it builds your stupid thing. Like, these big bridges over the freeways, they're concrete with tension rods on them.
Yeah.
So think like if you take a stack of bricks and put it on its side, it falls apart, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you put a piece of wire across the road, it sags and doesn't work right. But if you take a stack of bricks and pre-tension it with a piece of steel, you now have those big bridges that go over the, nothing. Well, if you make that vertical, you've also created a post. And I did that for a building option for a Starlink.
Uh-huh.
And one of those at 20 foot tall was supposed to be good for 311 miles an hour, which they said was excessive.
Yeah.
Because there are no known rings on the surface of the earth that will take that.
No.
So what I'm saying is, if you know your wind load of your windmill, which should be in the specs for a certain mile per hour,
Yeah.
you can be like, hey, ChatGPT, I got a 20-foot telephone pole, 6 foot of it's in the ground. There's going to be a windmill on it with 240 pounds of wind load max. Is this adequate? And it'll go through and run all your bending calcs and.
Okay.
And then you can be like, what speed will this break? Like, what is the max wind speed for this before destruction?
Awesome.
And I will calculate it.
Yes. I'll see if I can walk to the lumberyard from the charger and see what options I have. So maybe a 4x4 or something long enough.
Yeah, I mean, a 6x6 is probably where I would start, just because 4x4 is
6x6.
probably
Definitely.
not quite as good, but like a telephone pole too, I mean, it's awesome.
If I could find a telephone pole, that would be perfect.
You want to work with postal digger, but
Hell yes. 10 feet
get
down.
someone out there to set it. I don't know how much it costs to get someone out there to set it. Certainly more than the pole, but
I'd hope. They were saying $2,000 to put a telephone pole in. And I don't know if that was just to put the thing in the ground or like with the telephone pole too. And
if
wires.
that's like a 30-foot telephone pole set, I mean,
Maybe.
it ain't too bad.
Yeah.
Realistically, I mean, it's they got to run the trucks, and I mean, it's wood's free. It's all the rest of it. It's just like getting a load of dirt.
Well, I think the guy was telling me his price when he was telling me it was $2,000 a telephone pole. So like, he was offering the service to me or something. But yeah, I didn't go into detail. I'm like, now we're gonna be off grid, so we don't have to worry about that. It's like, oh, cool.
Well, I mean, I think out there, like 20 foot up would probably be enough
I'd hope.
for wind.
I don't want to kill no
Yeah.
birds.
Eh,
Just have a bunch of dead
Yeah.
mice around it.
gotta kill something.
Kill Tony.
Yeah, you're gonna kill the planet with all your leaded fuel.
So I take it you haven't watched Kill Tony yet.
Nah.
It's a comedy show. They say the largest comedy show in the world.
All right.
Every Monday they're doing a live show in Austin, but it's on YouTube all over the place, and they are pretty hilarious. I think one time we should fucking make a trip to the comedy club, Nick, in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
while we're down there to see that latest fucking spaceship launch or something. That'd be badass.
I could see what has actually happened to poor Boca Chica.
Yeah, it is not as bad as the demon crats will tell you. It is like a magical, beautiful beach still, with wildlife everywhere still. Dolphins and shit out there in the ocean. Yeah, it's beautiful. And then there's just this huge ass rocket right there on the beach. What the hell?
Well, and I do recognize Boca Chica even existed as a buffer to the U.S. border. Otherwise, it'd be full of skyscrapers and hotels and towns already.
Right.
Just like Matamoros is right up to the river on the other side. So, I mean, I guess in that respect, you know.
What you gonna do? But man, I'm losing them. Yeah. We're in a dead zone. It'll be dead for another 30 minutes probably, bro. If you can hear me.
Hey, you're back.
Hey. If I lose you again,
Yeah, like
it might be 30 minutes.
So, like, that road to Boca Chica, right? There's like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 ranch houses on it to the south. That's about it.
Yep.
They're like proper big ranches, you know, where their backyard's the, river.
Other than that,
So how's your
what's that? How's your what?
how's your charge system been working?
So
In general, your electric.
with my 6, I gotta just start off at the beginning here. At the beginning, we went and got a dual generator with fuel that you could use. Oh man, she just went faster. Maybe I'll do the short version. It's a lot better now with the batteries.
Hang on. Hold up, dude.
It's me, not you. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Let's try that.
There we go. Yeah, start over. I didn't get any of that.
Okay. So with the propane, we were buying propane every day, sometimes every other day at least, and we were going through at least $20 to $40 worth of propane or fuel a day. And this latest batch, we set a record. We went 8 days before we had to buy gas again, with the battery pack installed the way it was, and with the solar panels doing what they could do.
Nice. Are you using propane for the fridge?
Yes, we're using. Well, I think it's auto. Like it switches between propane and electric,
So
automatically.
What Steve was telling me, in his experience, and you got to double check your own personal experience, the fridge was actually cheaper to run on propane.
Yeah.
Now, propane versus solar in that situation, probably not.
Okay.
But in terms of the fridge on the generator versus the fridge on propane,
I see us using
so you're gonna-
propane for a while.
Like, what was he saying? He'd get like, I forget, like a couple weeks, I guess, on 20 pounds
Wow.
with the fridge.
Yeah.
If I think I heard him right.
I know the fridge won't run if we don't have electricity, though. So it says,
Well, probably.
and it's like you need electricity in order to be able to switch it to propane.
That's weird. You know, like, oh shoot, Jerry. You remember Jerry Van Tassel?
Yeah.
One of your uncles.
Our cousins or something.
Yeah, he had a propane fridge up there at the cabin that was just propane. I mean, it's possible,
Yeah.
but I guess it depends on your model. Maybe there's some hard switch somewhere you got to move. I don't know, but obviously once you get solar and wind in there, that kind of goes out the window. You know, who cares if it's inefficient if it's free?
Right. I'm hoping that when I get the wind going, that will also be able to put more energy in at the same time with the solar. I don't see why it wouldn't, but other than the Amazon shit I bought was cheap Chinese junk.
Yeah, I mean, if you like step it up like one of those LG4 or Solix or one of those other brand hybrid inverters,
Yeah.
that'll absolutely do like partial loads on everything, and you define your limits and when you want to pull from here or there or whatever. But
so
I feel like I think Casey Liddell did a review on that Delta Pro 3, and I was under the impression it would do. Well, he didn't have wind, but I know it would do like generator and solar at the same time.
So if I'm doing the 240 charge, I can't use the EcoFlow. I have to unplug the RV and plug it also into the gas generator. When I'm doing the solar panel charge, or the regular 120, the slow charge. I can charge it and use it at the same time.
So in that situation, you'd be better off with one of those cheap 1,000-watt generators.
Well,
those little baby tiny ones.
The 3,000 watt. Are you saying like a gas generator?
Yeah, a little baby gas generator in that particular situation. Like not so much of a bulk charge, but a
maybe
supplemental.
I don't know. I feel like we can. Maybe that would be ideal. Yeah. Some of those smaller ones, they'll run forever and just keep putting out probably a small Honda one, right?
That would be the smartest choice. I mean, there's some good competitors out there from Yamaha and some of the Harbor Freight stuff, but I mean, considering you're doing this for essentially a living instead of storm stuff, I probably just suck it up and get the Honda.
Yeah. The Black Diamond has been really awesome. We've been putting it to the test for sure, and it's holding up nice. But my 3,000 watt inverter, I think it's able to put it out. It's just I don't have enough batteries. Like I need probably 10 more of those lithium iron phosphate batteries for my solar setup.
So what I don't know how much messages I sent about this, but I've been trying to get my well pump going there, right?
Yeah.
And I got a Xantrex 1200 and a Xantrex 2000, 12 volt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't tried to beat up the 2000 because I only have a single 100 amp hour battery.
Yeah.
But the 1200, I was able to get 1200 watts out of it while pulling like 93 watts out of or 93 amps out of the battery.
Okay.
It took it. So to me, that means if I had 3 of those batteries, I could do 3,000 watts out of 3,000 watt Xantrex. Because they actually, the Watt Power brand ones I got, they'll actually deliver 100 amps on their 100 amp hour.
And so if you had 3 of those batteries, how long could you run the pump for? Like, could you pump up a swimming pool with it?
No, but
fill a bathtub with it. I don't know.
I mean, like 3 hours, maybe.
All right.
But that's like 3 hours of on, which at my place that's like 1,800 gallons maybe.
Okay. So I'm not even.
But I've only got like a 20-foot well though.
Nice. Yeah.
Right. I mean, horsepower is horsepower.
Right.
You're lifting weight vertically, right?
Yeah.
There's no getting around that. But
and it was neat that the chart showed you like this pump will now pump less because of the amount of feet that it has to pump. Less per minute or whatever.
Yep. And the big thing you got to figure out, picking one of those pumps is what does your well make?
So yeah, we got to find out if the well's even good.
There's no point throwing a 20 gallon a minute pump at it.
Right.
If it only makes 5.
I was checking out a fellow off-gridder neighbor in the area, their setup, and what they do from their pump house, is they pump into a water holding tank. And from the water holding tank, that's where they dispense their water where they want it to go, wherever they want it to go. They have it going to a solar heater setup, which is pretty awesome. I definitely want to do something like that too, just running the water through some hoses, and it's going to heat this shit up.
The other cool thing about that is once you've got that water up there, you know, your options to pump it can be like low voltage shit. Like
Right.
just do put RV pumps, there's plenty of power to do that.
Yeah.
And then you're just doing 12 volt or baby 120 pump or whatever.
Yeah. Or better yet, if we built this water containment thing in the air, it could be gravity fed.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, like, hang on, let me see. I could have told you this off the top of my head last week. Let's see.
You gotta go 10 feet
So-
up.
Let's say you want your normal water pressure. 'Cause, you know, communities do this. Those big things you see around the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
So if you want 50 psi, which gets you a nice shower,
Yeah.
you need a 115-foot water tower.
Whoa. Okay. Maybe we're not doing that.
So 10 psi would be a 23-foot tower. So let's say a 5-foot tower is reasonable, right?
Yeah.
That'd be 2 psi,
Okay.
which obviously could be a ton of water if the hose is big enough.
Yeah. So maybe just have a spigot there for like, if you only need 2 psi, here you go.
Yeah.
And then have the other spigot for regular psi. I don't know.
But I mean, this will give you the ability to, you know, you could do your deep well like solely off of solar
Yeah.
or generator, right?
Uh,
And then you could do your normal operations off the lower power stuff, and that's where you got to just sit down and, you know, do the math on it.
Yeah.
You know, like if your energy capability is such that you can just run that, you know, ground cost deep well pump at 1 horsepower and fuck it. You know, skip all the extra steps, and parts and pieces, and
Yeah.
again, that depends what the well makes too. You know, it's a system. But, you know, like here, I'm considering ditching my you know, 3,000 watt UPS because it's just not efficient. You know, it's like sucking 100 watts sitting there where these Amtrex inverters are drawing like less than a watt.
Wow.
Like the standby on them is like fucking nothing. And they're transfer switch inverters with like a UPS mode, so they'll actually transfer from wall power to battery without dropping the load,
Sweet.
which is the point, right? I mean, you're dealing with doing that transfer manually, and it's sort of annoying. But even if it's automatic and it drops everything, that's still annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you know, you don't want to have to put a UPS in there and have to deal with 80 watts continuously of just drag.
Right.
You know, that'll kill you, right? That's sucking up like 2 solar panels a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, running the cat's water fountain thing 24 hours a day has definitely became something to shut off. Especially if the cat goes outside for 8 hours a night. I'm like, the cat's not even in the fucking trailer. Why are we running this?
Oh my god, you need to find a motion sensor for that.
Right, yeah, that'd be great.
Somebody's got to make a motion sensor outlet that doesn't draw shit. Kind of keep startling the cat. Hey, the water's running. Hey, the water's running.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was digging into that stuff a little bit last. Oh, that other thing I sent you, the battery Evo place, what the fuck, the Walrus or whatever.
Yeah.
I found out more about that company
Uh-huh.
and how they're able to make that product because, you know, it's priced below market. Like, you can't get the batteries for that much.
Right.
Well, their sister company that's in the same building and owned by the same guy is called IT Asset Deposition.
Uh-huh.
And we currently have a lawsuit open against them from LG Electronics for failing to dispose of batteries that they're contract to dispose of.
Oh shit.
Like, looking through the pictures on their website and the IT asset deposition site, like they've got a bunch of BYD and BMW battery packs that were supposed to be disposed of because they're recalled.
Yeah.
And they're repackaging them and putting them inside these units that they're selling to people.
You know, it's not a bad idea.
Right, but if it was recalled for fire.
Well, the thing about the fires though is what's causing them. Is it how they were installed? Is it how they were being used? Is it how they're being cared for?
I'm just saying, I don't necessarily want to put a non-LiFePO, like an NMC tech battery that was recalled.
Right.
I mean, in your case, I might put it outside downwind.
Yeah.
Do I want it in my basement? Fuck no. I mean, anything can catch on fire, but I feel relatively comfortable with the 1,200 watt-hour LiFePO and a UL listed inverter.
Right.
Probably going to be fine. But like I don't know, like a 40 kilowatt pack from a BMW i3 that got recalled, or the Chinese BYD cars.
Yeah.
Like, and it's being sold to me as new. Fuck that. Like, it's one thing if I decide to make that my own eBay or battery junction contraption, but
right.
The walrus. Honestly, I'm impressed. Those was it G4 or LG4, EG4 inverters? They've got like these little baby 3,000 watt ones for like $650. And they're cool because you can parallel them however you want. So like you can get two together and make 120 240, or you can get two together and make 6,000 120.
Hell yeah.
Or you can put like three on one leg and one on the other if you only need a little bit of 240 and a whole bunch of 120. Or you can do three phase with it. Like you just have to do the wiring the way you need it.
Yeah.
And they've got RJ45 link cables between them so they stay synced. And then you program them and tell each unit what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
Whether it's phase 1 or phase 2 or phase ABC.
Yeah.
For the three phase. And they sync up and do the right thing and make the power together. And the disadvantage of that I found from getting like a big 6,000 or 18,000 is they do draw a bit more idle because each one's got its own control circuitry. So maybe you're drawing 120 watts instead of 80 all the time.
Yeah.
But I also look at that like, man, if you smoke one and it doesn't take the whole stack out somehow, then you're not dead in the water.
Right.
Where if you get that big single 18K and it dies, well, then you're kind of fucked. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you had like 4 3,000s and you lost one, I mean, okay, you can't run the electric oven anymore, or the air conditioner's not going to work, but
yeah,
at least everything else is gone. And I'm surprised that I first came across that. I looked at them and never looked up the price, and I saw one lady on eBay was selling one for $600 new in box. They never ended up installing. And so I went to double check the retail, and I'm like, oh. Because I figured it was going to be $1,000 or something, and it was like $650.
Damn.
And I'm sure you watched a bunch of these YouTube videos too. People load test them and all that. Different brands. And they load test well. They take motor startups and all that stuff. Do you have a handle now on what you're drawing? I mean, I'm sure air conditioning can probably be your only real heavy load. But
air conditioning is crazy. That gets up like 1,500 whatever units per minute or per second or whatever. But I believe we're typically drawing about 500. I want to say watts, but I'm not sure what the measurement is.
Probably watts. Yeah, 500 watts sounds right. And your air conditioner is probably like a 1 ton or 12,000 BTU or whatever, which
probably
1,500 would make sense for that. And that Delta Pro can start the air conditioner, right?
Yeah, it runs everything just fine.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just, until I got these Xantraxes, I've always kind of had bad luck with inverters and motor loads, and like, oh, well, fuck, this thing doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
That was first thing I did with that. I've got one of those big green carpet cleaners.
Uh-huh.
That was the very first thing I plugged into that Xantrax 1200. Like fucking no mercy, right out of the box from eBay. Hook up the battery cables and plug in the carpet cleaner.
Hell yeah.
It didn't give a shit. It started right up.
Sweet.
I'm like, okay. Because those are, I don't know, like $800, I think, for the 1200. 700, something like that. And, I got my $169 eBay special.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, for the most part, honestly, with your Delta Pro, you might be square until you actually build structure.
Yeah.
If you can figure out, obviously, it'd be nice if you could 240 charge it.
And use it at the same time.
Without needing their generator.
What do you mean?
Like, they offer a generator that you can plug into it.
Well,
and it'll auto start.
Oh, yeah. There's got to be some way I could break that up for auto start.
Or at least the faster charge while still supplying the 240 would be nice.
Yeah.
Or again, I don't know, I guess you get the stupid little Honda generator and put it in a hole in the ground so you don't... they're not that loud, but...
Mm-hmm. So
you have to get a propane converter for those.
The hole in the ground is to eliminate the noise, mainly?
It helps, yeah. Or a berm or whatever.
I feel like it'd be a pretty bad trap, though, for any animals that might fall in there.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to think they'd be smarter than that, but you never know, right?
Right.
So, see, this is a Delta Pro 3, right?
Yeah.
Well, you think they'd let you charge for, well, I don't know. I guess there's always got to be some catch, right?
Mm-hmm.
It makes a ton of sense for a lot of people, though, that 240 out. It covers a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got their Smart Pro battery, or Smart Generator 4000 dual fuel,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm sure is not free.
It was about $1,000 or $2,000. It wasn't outrageous, but we already had the Black Diamond, and we weren't fucking around with that.
Right. Well, at least run the Black Diamond until it pukes.
Oh my god. Which reminds me, like, what kind of maintenance do we need to do on this? Because we probably already used it more than most people would ever use their Black Diamond in a lifetime.
Unless it says otherwise, most of those are like every 25 hours for an oil change.
The fuck? Ah!
Maybe every 100.
Oh my god.
And so it's probably due. Let's put it that way.
I will definitely.
The best thing I can tell you for that is buy a ball valve for it.
A ball valve.
It's like a hose.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's got like a drain plug, right?
Yeah. Get rid of the drain plug. Get a ball valve.
Yeah, get like a ball valve and a piece of wire so it stays shut, and it'll make your oil changes a lot less annoying.
Yeah.
Unless you're lucky and your drain plug's just sticking out there in the breeze, you can get a wrench on it, then cool. But
Okay.
I know a lot of them kind of got it buried in the guts, and that's why no one does oil changes on them.
All right.
Let's see. Well, how many watt is that?
Black Diamond is 12,000.
Black
I think.
Diamond,
Yeah, 12,000.
12,000. So they're saying 12,000 starting. Whatever. I'm sure it's going to be the same, even if they make a bigger one.
9,200 sustained.
Running.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So this one takes the wind then, right?
Yeah. I've only been able to kill it once by smothering it with not enough oxygen. I had 3 sides on and a small half side on, and the roof, of course. And so I had to take one of the sides off, the side closest to the generator, and I took that top part off too, the flap. And yeah, it hasn't fucked it up yet after that one time. But even as it is, with two sides on it and the roof, when I'm over there, I feel like, man, if I tripped and like knocked myself out, I'm dead, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, probably. Yeah. Garages work, you know.
Yeah.
And I know I've been out in the barn doing stuff, and I've actually got some monoxide detectors I need to put in.
Yeah.
They're like commercial ones that instead of sounding an alarm, like trigger a relay, so you like turn a fan on.
Okay, cool.
It's, you know, definitely a commercial point of view for it.
Right.
You know, just like Amazon and air conditioning.
Yeah. Huh. They got to keep their robots happy.
Well, right, the robots will actually quit. You can't fire them. You're paid for them.
Right.
Let's see, temperature. Apparently, you shouldn't run it. You shouldn't run the generator when it's hotter than 104 out.
Oh shit. So keeping it in the shade is a good idea.
Yeah, and they're also saying -5 or 5 degrees and warmer.
So less than
Sucks for that.
-5. Don't fucking run the generator. Got it.
Where are you? Maintenance schedule. There we go. Follow the maintenance and the following thing. Blah blah blah. So the first 5 hours, you're supposed to change the oil after the first 5 hours. And then every 50 hours, change the oil if it's heavy load or if it's hot.
Okay.
And if it's not heavy load and hot, then you need to do every 100.
All right. And
Every 250, you're supposed to clean the combustion chamber and check the valve clearance.
wow.
Which is, well, I mean, that's probably not horrible advice, but it's one way to burn an afternoon.
Yeah.
Particularly with a modern generator.
Definitely.
I mean, that old cooler I have, it'd take 5 minutes to take that cylinder head off.
Okay.
That's getting hold of the tools.
Yeah.
It's just like an old mower, right? There's a spark plug sticking out of the top and a couple bolts, right? And that is not how these new ones are. Oh, well, man. Run the bitch till she dies, I guess.
I don't know. I think I might look into how to change the oil at least.
It looks like there's a drain behind the wheel.
Okay.
Which is sort of a bitch. So I'm still thinking or at least be able to get, ideally, like the ball valve with a hose sticking out the end.
Yep.
Take the drain plug to the parts store and find the valve should screw right in and be the same thread. And then put like a hose barb on it and a short chunk of hose so you can just drain it into something. I mean, out there you probably could just drain it on the ground and bury it and be fine, but that's...
What do you think would be the best, like, economical, or like, what would be the best use for that oil?
Fires?
Well, you wouldn't want to put it on a fire you want to cook on, but if you want to burn some shit, and you didn't care about it being black.
Or water heater.
I don't
know. Warm up your hot tub.
So you cannot reuse engine oil. There's just no reusability at all.
So like, there's some people that will take their engine oil out of their car and then put it in their mower.
Oh, okay.
Which is
probably
okay. But like when they run it through the refineries, they just essentially re-refine it for the recycling.
Yeah.
running it through a filter might help a little bit.
You know, the 10 years I lived at Elegant, I never once changed the oil in that $99 lawnmower. And it worked fine. It probably still works.
That's, but it probably did. It probably had less out generator it has already.
Probably.
The other thing you have going to this generator, looking at the manual, there's a no oil filter.
Wow.
So,
okay, that's good.
You don't have that? Well, I mean, it saves you money, but I mean, not really. It's right, like that John Deere tractor, that was a 250-hour oil change.
Okay.
Because they had a filter.
Yeah.
And this one don't got no filter, so you're kind of bathed in its own shit.
Think while I'm engineering a ball valve, could I engineer a filter?
I mean, there's nothing. I'm not gonna tell you that you couldn't run it through a coffee filter once. You know, at least it'd get all the crud out of it. I mean, at some point your additives and stuff go bad, but you know, any oil's better than no oil.
Word.
And the thing is, too, I mean, this, I don't even know if they specify how many hours. Usually there's some EPA label on them. At least the mowers did.
Mm-hmm.
Although you're running on propane, right?
I'm running on regular gas. Because the Black Diamond is just regular gas. It doesn't do this dual fuel shit.
Yeah. Because propane's easier on things, but...
You would think so, but the propane is like all we used, and that killed those generators, in my opinion.
Yeah.
When my neighbor Dave came over, he was like, well, you see all that blue smoke right there? The rings are already shot on this one, it looks like. I'm like, what the hell?
Because I know, like, in forklift service, they say that the propane's better because it burns cleaner. But maybe yours is running lean or something. Maybe something needed to be adjusted. How high up are you?
We're about 3,000 feet.
All right, so you're starting to almost have to think about it, but not really. Yeah, this engine does not say how many hours they're claiming it's good for, which usually the EPA label would. But you know, essentially how many hours they're going to rate it to have emissions.
Yeah.
Which isn't the same as how many hours it's going to run.
Right.
But you know, if it's like 200 hours for emissions warranty, then that kind of tells you something.
Yeah.
You run it more than 10 days, you're fucked, buddy. Yeah, obviously, you know, if you're going off grid like you're doing, I mean, you really want solar and wind.
We were running it 24 hours a day for like 7 days a week. And
have you at least been adding oil?
No.
Well,
there you go. I think we figured it out.
I mean, that certainly didn't help those other ones.
Right.
It says it has a low oil level sensor, so that's good.
Okay.
I mean, that's certainly not shouldn't be your indicator to fill it.
Now they're telling me that you got to watch out because you don't want to put too much oil in there.
Oh yeah, it's got a dipstick.
Okay. Hopefully it doesn't have two dipsticks.
Like, I can't tell. In this one picture, they make it look like you can't overfill it because it'll like run out.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say if this picture is accurate. Because some of them have like a little extended filler to help you fill it. But then the problem is you can, you know, like double it.
Right.
Like I remember out at the lake as a kid, one of those little push mowers I got going. Had the thing where you fill the oil from the top instead of the side.
Yeah.
And I think it was Jeffy or somebody went out there to run it, and like he must have been used to the one where it was on the side and you fill it till it came out.
Yeah.
So he filled it. and it wouldn't start. And I go out there and try to start it, and it's like, I don't even know, it was like trying to stir ice cream pulling the rope, right? And it had like a gallon of oil in it.
Wow.
Like, God damn it. Stop breaking my shit, man. Yeah, this one looks like you probably can't overfill it.
Sweet.
Which,
So just get some standard
Yeah.
2-cycle oil at the gas station?
no, this would be like, I think they just said 530.
530.
Let's see. $530. Okay, well, no, they're saying from 10 to 120, you can use 1030.
Okay, 1030.
And if it's over 70, they say 1040 is okay. Or a 530 full synthetic.
Okay.
I can tell you what I'd run in it.
What'd you do, yeah?
I would go to like a Tractor Supply or whatever.
Yeah.
Because AutoZone seems to charge like an extra $10 a thing, or Amazon it. I'd run a Shell Rotella T-Sticks.
That good shit.
It's a diesel oil.
Yeah. I think I got that for the tractor, didn't I, once?
Probably. I run that in everything. It's got extra additives in it because the diesels can use more additives than the gas ones can. Because all the new cars get catalytic converters and shit, and I wouldn't think twice about using that in there.
Okay.
Will it matter? Maybe, maybe not. But if you're going to be pushing your oil change intervals anyways,
Might as well.
I wouldn't want to do the cheap shit.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do a 25-hour or 50-hour oil change, then yeah, buy the cheapest shit you can put in there. But
So this first
if you
oil
think you're gonna
change,
forget about it,
I just rough calculating here. Damn, how many hours are a week? It's at least got 100 hours on it.
so
It's probably got 250 hours on it already.
supposed to have been done at 5. Well, I mean, yeah, 168 hours a week.
Yeah. So we're easily into 300 hours, I bet, on this thing.
So it's definitely time for that first 5-hour oil change.
I feel like that should have been like in big, bold fucking words on the first page of the instruction manual. I don't know.
Hey, it's very prominent on the second column of page 27.
Okay. So if I would have opened the book, there was a chance.
They say you shouldn't charge more than 1.5 amps an hour for your battery. If you do need to trickle charge it, because it's apparently got a little baby battery.
Okay.
Every 50 hours, you're supposed to clean the air filter.
Definitely need to clean the air filter. Just blow it off.
Every 100 hours, you need to clean the spark arrestor.
What the hell is the spark arrestor? Just the spark plug, basically?
It's that mesh shit on the muffler.
Okay. Yeah.
And clean the fuel valve filter, which apparently needs to be done by a certified service center.
Zang.
And/or they're just not going to tell you how to do it, and you're on your own, figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're basically, you're probably due to at least inspect your air filter, if not, put a new one in it.
Alright.
Or get it with a vacuum cleaner.
I'm pretty sure it needs a new filter because as dusty as it is out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this probably doesn't have a spin down filter, it's probably just normal. It's basically, it's a lawnmower, right?
Yeah.
Just a normal lawnmower spinning an electric engine.
Hell yeah.
So you might want to keep your eye out for the Black Friday sale on the EcoPro generator.
Okay.
Although I'm sure that's going to have just the same maintenance requirements.
Wow.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, these motors, they'll take the abuse to some extent, but I mean, they do
fail.
I mean, you'll kill her. Chrysler's out there.
Chryslers are still out there.
Let's see. The Delta series. I just want to see an actual. I don't know why it's so hard to get a price on their website. Like, I can just type it into Google and I'm sure it'll get me there, but I feel that's kind of dumb because I'm already on their webpage. Sell me a generator.
So the reason why is because they don't actually have a store, I don't think. I don't know. It seems like, to me, this shit was impossible. Like, everybody could order it for you. And sell it to you at their price.
And like you type generator and they're like so focused on selling you in power stations, like, yeah, I know. But I want to buy a power station and your generator.
Yeah.
And it's like they're not mentally equipped for that.
Their website could use some work, for sure. Delta Pro, if you're listening, not a sponsor yet. Please get your shit together on your website. Just trying to get that stupid fucking one foot cord was so hard on their website. It was such a nightmare to get the right cord.
Gosh, like I know they're trying so hard to like pose this as a generator replacement, but I want the generator that goes with it.
Mm-hmm. You want that
I don't
remote start.
understand. Yeah, it's automatic. If you run out of power in the middle of the night, it'll just start up the generator for you.
That's what I need.
Why is this so hard to find?
Because it's cold out there in the desert at night.
I don't understand. Creative product scenario off-grid will get me there? I mean, they're selling me a lifestyle, but I want to buy a generator.
So, it kind of reminds me of a situation that happened yesterday.
Okay. Smart devices. Go ahead.
I've been seeing this Korean barbecue place that I've been hanging out at for 8 months in Reno area, and I finally, because my normal go-tos were all packed with people, was like, well, I got some time, let's go check out this Korean barbecue place. And when I opened the door and go in there, well, they were waiting for me because nobody was in there. And they opened the door for me. How many? And I said, just one. And they're like, oh, so sorry. Only 2 people allowed. At least 2 people. I'm like, what? I have to have 2 people to eat here. I'm like, okay. Guess you don't want my money. Bye. Have you ever had that ever in your life? I didn't know that was a thing. Like, a restaurant won't serve you unless you have 2 people?
How about I just pay for 2 and I get 1 to go?
Yeah, I almost did.
So I got app start, scheduled start. Got a warranty card, and it does take propane or gas, which is good. And it does DC charging. So it's essentially acting as a solar panel. Firmware updates.
Would that one allow you to charge at 240 and use 240 at the same time? Because that would be like a no-brainer.
What I'm thinking. That's my understanding. I'm trying to see an actual, because it's a 3,200 watt DC fast charger.
Yeah.
So it's not charging with 240, it's charging with DC. Do they just have a PDF manual? Like, their webpage is super pretty, but it's got a lot of words. It doesn't really help. Like, you know, the guy walking it across his garage by the handle like it's luggage next to his bicycle is super cool, but it doesn't help me. Right? And the guy with the Tesla on the opposite side of the garage from the charge panel with a stack of batteries and stuff. You know, I mean, I get the lifestyle. I want to be off-grid and eco-friendly van life hippie too, but apparently, I would say yes, based on what they're saying here. It will, because they keep calling the generator a battery, right? The battery a generator. And it's capable of reverse power supply to wake up the generator and start charging it.
That's pretty badass.
So it'll provide household electric during severe weather, so it sounds like you could 120 charge the Eco Pro if you had grid power, and then this would be your backup.
That's mainly the plan that I was gonna do with the Cybertruck. I'm just gonna 120 plug the Eco Flow into the Cybertruck, and that should definitely cover everything.
Because at 500 watts a day, that should be like 200 days, right?
In theory.
Even if we divide that by 24, it's still pretty good.
Yeah. I think it's like a 130 kilowatt hour battery pack, but I ordered the extended range version, so I don't know if anybody actually really knows how many kilowatts are in that battery pack.
Like, are they trying to compete with the Hummer, or?
I think they really just wanted to try to get close enough to that 500 mile an hour range that they originally promised 5 years ago. And with the right tires on there, and driving it nice, it could get 500 miles, I think.
Oops. So, you know, that's weird. So they got, on one page, they have the EcoFlow Smart Generator 4000 dual fuel. They say it's 1,800, and they got it marked down to 1,600. And they have another page where it's EcoFlow Smart Generator dual fuel, and it's marked down to 1,000. And it looks, it's a little different. But if it does the same thing, who cares? It's $600.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's less wattage. So that's why, but it's not necessarily. Never mind. But can I get a PDF, you know?
Word.
You're killing me. I guess support. User manual. Okay, I don't know why that just wouldn't be a link though.
Did they use Squarespace?
I think so. This is definitely a Rick Rebuilds level. Like I have to, the same workflow I did to find it under product. Now I have to find it under manuals. I can't jump between the two. But the generator's under smart devices, just so you know.
Okay. That's smart.
And there is a PDF. Okay. I can't imagine the service intervals will be any better, but then it comes, the manual is in English, French, and Chinese. Other question is maintenance and servicing. Hey, let me